Jeff, it's Wednesday of game week. What's the how the guys look today? Practice.
We're sharp. We're a veteran team, and they know how to practice. They know it's getting closer, and we were good. A little muggy, swampy out there today. We were spoiled the last 2 days. How cool it's been. This is funny. I'll tell y'all this. I always go on my phone and go SA weather, and it always pops up San Antonio weather. And I've done it now for 5 years, right? So I never even worry about it. And if y'all ever want to know what it's supposed to be in South Africa for the next week, holler at me. It's supposed to get down to 60s Friday and Saturday. And I'm like, this is going to be the most unbelievable. Our tailgate is going to be a blast. And then I'm like, there's just no way it's going to be 60 in San Antonio. I look up top, it's this South Africa weather. So be careful when you go set SA weather. There is another SA out there.
Jeff, we've talked the past couple of days about Kennesaw's option offense. Is there anything they do on defense that might be unorthodox or requires some special preparation?
They're just really sound. I mean, their movements are sound. Their guys are in the right. They're well coached. They do a good job. You can tell he's been there for a while. He knows how to coach football, and they execute their defensive calls as well as they do their offensive calls. And again, I repeat, I know the record is very misleading about them, but he was very intelligent to be able to redshirt 75% of your roster and keep a culture where you're still playing Sam Houston that close at the end of the year is pretty remarkable to me. So I have a lot of respect for these guys.
We're talking to Devin McEwen today. How is he different today compared to a year ago before he had played a college snap?
Just wiser, more confidence, talking smack to the head coach. I mean, he's just at a different spot where he is between his ears. He's always kind of been an old soul. He's got a great spirit about himself and really smart. He's raised right, come from good people, and he's going to have a great career here.
Is there anything different now, being a guy that defenses are going to be keying in on from day one, that people are going to have their eye on?
Our offense just isn't wired that way. We've got a lot of good players, and whatever the defense takes away from us, we'll put the ball on other kids, and those guys will have great games. So he's also smart enough. We can move him around. We can get him in different spots as well.
We're also talking to Rocco Griffin today. How have you seen him go about sort of finding a role and a place in a really crowded running back room?
He's just different. He's a veteran. Everybody knows about his IQ and how smart he is, but he's also has that kind of character as well. He just gets a grip on life. He just gets it. He doesn't major in minors. He's got a much more global view of the world than most kids at his age. He's got a 10,000-foot view of the world, where I know me at that age, my nose was right up against the picture. I was right there, and he just has a more global view of what's important in life. And he's a really good football player. He always gets yards. He always runs the ball where it's supposed to be. A lot of times back, so you'll think you'll know where it's supposed to go, and when you watch the video with Rocco, what he sees, and he puts it up in there.
Jeff, what's like in your mind on Saturday? What does a perfect Saturday look like this week in week one for you guys?
I would say we're clean.
Yeah.
We play the game the right way. We represent the triangle, and we come out healthy. And there's 55,000 people there. That'd be just the perfect day.
What you have any expectations of crowd size for week one?
I don't. I have not even looked up, honestly. I'm so focused on this game. Game ones are always, different. They're scary. So that's my eyes have been on Kennesaw and the Roadrunners, and I have no idea what to expect. But whoever's there will be loud and passionate. I've never gone to a game yet that our fan base is not extremely loud and passionate.
Jeff, knowing how close you and Frank Harris were and what he meant to this program, what has been the biggest difference about not having him around during the build-up to the season?
I actually spoke on Frank a while ago to our team. We're on Selfless this week, and we were just giving the examples of when you have great habits in your life, and you're being selfless. Like if you have great habits, you're affecting your children one day, you're affecting your parents, you're affecting your teammates if you have great habits. If you have bad habits, you're selfish. It's not only you're affecting though. There's a domino effect on that. And I gave Frank as an example of someone that, he didn't play perfect every game. He didn't win every game, but he really bought into the process. Rashad Wisdom hit me up last night. We were just discussing what's going on with him in Tampa right now, and just his peace of mind, knowing that he trusted the process. And I talked to Cephas last night. Same thing. And then there's a kid, I coached at Arkansas and I recruited there named Bo Limmer, who's also from Tyler, a teammate of Liggins and Elliott and Bryson. And Bo made the rounds. And it's just really amazing guys that have great habits, the joy they give a lot of other people, not only just themselves. So we actually just spoke on Frank.
What would it mean for you?
So I don't think I answered your question. We miss him.
Yeah.
We miss his smile. We miss his leadership. But we know he's around. I guarantee you he'll be on that sideline Saturday. I don't even know. He probably doesn't have to ask me. He probably just gets to show up. But I know Rashad and Josh are going to be on the sideline as well, and I'm sure Frank will be right beside him.
What would it mean for you and for the program to be able to sustain success beyond their generation to prove further that this place is built to last, like you've talked about?
Well, that's just what all those guys would want. I mean, you just want, you're going to keep up with your alma mater. And we've got it now where these guys are really proud to be from here. That triangle means something to those guys. And it'll always be that way. Well, we still hear from all of them, from Sincere to Chuck Wiley. Those guys stay, they keep up. Leroy, Spencer, all those guys are always wanting to know how we're going to do, who we playing, what's the score going to be, and they're excited about their program.
But for the guys who are still here, is there anything to show that the success just wasn't contingent on that generation and the things that they accomplished, that there's more to be done?
Yeah, y'all are the only one that talks about that kind of stuff. Like we don't talk in those ways. Like we just see this as a team. We don't see this as Frank or Rashad no. We just don't see it that way. That's why we got media. That's why we have y'all to help with all that stuff. But that's just not something it's ever even brought up in one conversation or discussed or nothing. It's just who's up next and who's going to keep the tradition going. Not, we've lost Frank, let's see what we can do. It's not like that with us. But I understand why you'd ask the question.
One of the things when we talked with Jess and Burke last week about, they mentioned the culture and just the way things are different here than in other places. And we hear that a lot from the players, but is there anything tangible you could wrap your hands around that, or is that just kind of the culture that you've built here?
It's just a belief. I know y'all get tired of hearing my same words all the time, but what a brand is when what your image is and what your identity is, they align. Like I say this all the time, I'm very intentional about having this cross on. That's my image. That's what you think I am. But the people that know me the best, that's my real identity. Do the people that know me really speak of me in that way? That's branding. That's culture. Our players know that triangle is on a lot of places just something on a wall. It's just words people say. That would be your image. When you live it, do the people that know you the best, the people in the locker room, the people that are at practice, do they say that is their identity? Now, what the haters always are going to say is, oh, his image is he loves the Lord, but I saw him say a cuss word November 12th, 1997, so he's not that. That's not branding. Or triangle of toughness, oh, that's their image. Oh, but they had one kid get in trouble, in 5 years. Oh, they're a bunch of hypocrites. They're not branding. No, I'm an imperfect coach, coaching imperfect people. There's going to be some imperfection along the way, but your brand does get diminished every time your identity and your image don't align.
Coach, fans know what you're getting out of Oscar and what he brings to his team, but I was just curious, how do you feel about the depth at the tight end position behind Oscar?
Yeah, we're deep. We're really good. A bunch of smart kids that are big, they're physical, they're fast, they can run, they can catch, they can block. We're in good shape. Hunter Ritterman and Justin Burke and Kurt Traylor, all those guys through the years have coached that position. They've done a great job of developing a really good room.
All right, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
Coach.